Well, a very good morning from Buriram, and it is an absolute cracking day this morning. Just take a look at that. What a fabulous day. The sun is out. It's about 7:30 in the morning. We are going to make our way down into town and get a bit of breakfast to start with, and then we're going to take a reasonably quick look around the town. We're going to call in at the park because that's supposed to be of interest, because there's an extinct volcano there and there's a bridge that runs over it, so I want to have a quick look at that. And then the plans for today, we're going to go to a very famous temple that Nat's been wanting to visit for some time. What's it called, Nat? Right, okay. Again, I'm not even going to even try and pronounce that. So we've got the swimming pool as I showed on the hotel video. Very nice hotel actually. It's we've had a good night's sleep. The only thing the hotel hasn't got is a safe, so just bear that in mind if you're gonna think about staying here. But they didn't ask for a security deposit. We've had a reasonable night's sleep. I've woke up a couple of times because I've got a lot of things on my mind. Our original plan was to go from here to Bangkok and spend a day in Bangkok and do some filming around Bangkok, because I haven't done Bangkok yet and I really want to do it. But unfortunately yesterday on the way here, Nat's mother, my mother-in-law, contacted Nat, who is the one that's looking after Shadow. She needs to go home today, so that means Shadow hasn't got anybody looking after her in the daytime. So Nat's asked her sister to call in at lunchtime and obviously let her out, take her a walk so she can go to the toilet until Ploy comes home, because Ploy's at school in the daytime. So it's not an ideal situation. So we've decided we're not going to do Bangkok this trip because it's just going to be too much of a rush. I'm going to do Bangkok as a separate thing. We're going to go away for a few days too, because you need at least 2 or 3 days in Bangkok to do justice to it, and I don't want to just spend a few hours skimping because we're not going to get a chance to see Bangkok. So we're going to leave that. So when we leave the temple here today, we're going to go all the way to Phuket. Now that is a 16-hour journey, so a very long way, because it's 1,226 kilometers from where we are now. We hadn't planned on doing that. At the end of the day, we need to get back now for Shadow, so we're going to take the chance and drive all the way. Obviously I'm going to stop and have some rest during the drive, because the service facilities here on the motorways are not too bad, so we can get some food and rest if I need to rest. But for now, we're going to jump in the car and we're going to go into Buriram and have some breakfast. So I'll speak to you once we get to the restaurant for breakfast. Okay, so we've just arrived downtown and Nat has brought me to a little restaurant here that she's had a look online, and it's quite famous for the patong gore. Just show you those, and it's only a small place, as you can see. Good. So we've had a pandan custard dip with him as well. Lovely and crispy. And the pandan custard is really thick. For now, we're going to enjoy a spot of breakfast. There is my Thai tea. You had Thai tea as well, have you, Nat? Yeah. Okay. So we just had one bag to start with. I was hoping they would do joke as well, which is the rice porridge in the morning. We was going to have it with that, but they don't do the rice porridge. They just do these dumplings here. And as I said, they're quite well known here in the town. Only a small shop. How much are they, Nat? 20 baht for the bag. Okay. Oh, I'm going to enjoy these patong gore and then I shall come back to you. So we've now finished breakfast and Nat has learned something today, because yesterday when I said let's go to Buriram, she said to me it's not Buriram, it's Buriram. But it seems that it isn't Buriram, it's Buriram. Which I tried to tell her yesterday, but she wouldn't have it. She said it's Buriram. That's how you pronounce it, but you don't. You pronounce it Buriram. So she's learned something. So we're going to go to... What's the name of this place we're going to, Nat, next? Right. It's a nightmare here, the pronunciations. I'm not very good with pronunciations, I'll be honest with you. And the Thai pronunciations for some of the words are, yeah, not easy to say the least. So we're going to go there, and apparently it's an extinct volcano and it's got some suspension bridge over it. And a friend of mine, Pete, he's recommended me go and call in there, and then we're going to take a look at a very, very famous temple here in Thailand that Nat's been wanting to go and check out for a long, long time and not had a chance. So while we're this way, she wants to go and have a look, so I shall obviously do a little bit of filming of that. I know sometimes people are not interested in temples, but it is quite a significant temple here in Thailand, so we're going to have a look at that. Okay, what's this, Nat, that we're coming up to now? Do you know what this is? Some sort of monument here in Buriram. A big massive elephant with, I presume, the king on the top. I presume it's the king. Ooh, trying to get around this island.
Exit the roundabout.
Very nice. So we're outside the very famous Buriram United football stadium at the moment. I don't know whether Nat's got that in shot. I don't know why I've stopped here, because everybody else is going straight. There's all red lights, but they're going down the filter lane. But that's useful for, I don't care, because I want to film the stadium. Just show Buriram football stadium. Right, so I'm going to go now. And there is the racetrack behind it. That is Buriram racetrack over there, where the Grand Prix is, and the Moto GP over the back there. That was behind it. I remember that from my last visit, because I went over there and took some photos on my bike.
Here, you think?
Well, Pete was saying that it looks down on the Buriram race circuit on his message to me on Messenger. So I'm presuming it must be up there, because if it looks down, the racetrack is just behind us. So obviously it must be on the top of a hill or something.
Oh, no.
Okay, so we've just arrived, we've parked up. A little bit of confusion with Google Maps. One of the problems here in Thailand, Google Maps tends to take you down roads that it really shouldn't, and this is a few times on this trip where Google Map has tried to take me to the temple up like a dirt trail basically that only motorbikes use. But we've got it here now. It's a little bit early because it's just 9 o'clock in the morning, so not many places are open. Well, there's a few shops down here, and then you walk up to, there's a temple on the top, and apparently there's a suspension bridge here that crosses over an extinct volcano. So that'll be interesting to have a look at. So obviously later in the day you're going to see a lot more of these food and drink stands opening up. But we are very, very early this morning. Yeah. Yeah, and that pointing up there. And we walk up these stairs in front. How far is it? 100 metres. So not that far. And we'll take a look around this. Oh, hello, mate. Come to say hello. Hello, mate. Where are you going? Oh, you're going to have a look on the board. Nat's going to have a look and see. So, but apparently from the top, oh yes, I can see the suspension bridge there, and then you've got a very big Buddha as well. Where are we? Good question. I would say I would say we're there. So we'll walk up the stairs, but it looks like there's a campsite here as well. I can see that, and also something over here as well, as I saw over the back quite near where the car was, and also here as well. What's that, Nat? What's that say? Mountain. Okay. Yeah, okay. And apparently you can see from the top here somewhere, you can see down onto the Buriram race circuit. My friend was telling me that you can see the race circuit from here, which we've just passed. Come on then, sweetheart. Yeah, well, we're not going to go up the mountain. I think we'll go and have a look at the suspension bridge and have a look at the Buddha. And then from here we're going to go to that famous temple I was on about. And then we shall start to head towards Phuket. It's a little bit unfortunate we can't go to Bangkok this trip. I was really looking forward to it, but the problem that Nat has is she has an awful lot of friends in Bangkok, and if she goes to Bangkok she needs to tell her friends they're going there, and if she goes to Bangkok and doesn't tell her friends, they're going to be very upset with her because they haven't seen her for ages. And obviously if Nat tells her friends they're going to want to go out for some drinks and some food, and we really just don't have the time, especially now that the mother-in-law is having to go home today, and with Shadow obviously being at home. Nat taking pictures here. It causes us a problem, so we need to get back. So a little bit disappointed we can't spend one day in Bangkok, but we just haven't got the time. Okay, Nat taking a few pictures there of the stairway, so I just paused the video a sec so she could carry on and do that and get that done. And as I was saying, it was just a little bit disappointing we can't go to Bangkok, but to be fair to Bangkok, there is an awful lot to do in Bangkok, and a few hours, it just ain't, we ain't going to be able to cover what we want to cover. So we need to go and spend like 3 or 4 days there. So we're going to do a separate trip later this year. I've already spoke to Nat about it and she agrees. We're going to go and probably go up on the Friday and stay there until the Monday evening, and then come back, the Tuesday evening, because obviously the business as well, and then we reopen on the Wednesday, but that'll be later in the year, as I say. But for now, let's take a look at this staircase, because look at this. Yeah, Nat's saying we got a guide here. I mean, again, you probably don't, it doesn't do justice on the video just how steep this is, but as we're walking closer, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking we're going to be pretty tired by the time we get to the top of this, because that is really steep. It suddenly just goes whoop and goes up. So yeah, there are a few steps, so I'll come back to you once we get to the top. Okay, this staircase reminds me of Doi Sitep in Chiang Mai. There's a staircase there that runs up to one of the temples, and it's got dragons running all the way down either side, but this is seriously steep. The camera does not do it justice at all, but this is like straight up. It really is. I mean, Nat's struggling now, she's panting, and we're only near the bottom really, but it starts off quite steadily and then it just sort of goes straight up.
You see the guide on the
Yeah, Nat says we got this guide, the dog, he keeps waiting for us. He probably runs up and down here 3 or 4 times a day. He's probably used to it, but we aren't, and that is some serious staircase. Okay, we're not quite at the top. It actually gets steeper the further you go up, so each section is getting steeper and steeper. We've got another 4 sections to go behind. We're just having a little breather. That's what we've come up. It's very deceiving because at the bottom it's very steady incline, and then all of a sudden it goes really steep. So if you come in here, be prepared. Now, Nat just said to me there's a car that runs up here. I wish we'd have caught the car, but we didn't see. I didn't see the car.
Nature.
Huh?
You want nature.
Natural. Yeah, I want nature, do I? Okay, so we're gonna carry on up here, and as I say, once we get to the top, we'll take a look around what's at the very top. Okay, we've just got 1 section to go. Thanks, Pete, for warning me. He never mentioned I'd be climbing K2 this morning. No mention of that in his message. He just said there's a lovely park with a suspension bridge and an extinct volcano. He didn't say you have to climb up the volcano first to get to the suspension bridge. So we're almost there. Just 1 set to go. But yeah, it's a bit of a workout to say the least, walking up there. It's going to be a lot easier coming down, but you can still come. If you've got difficulties in walking, you don't want to walk up the stairs, there is a car that will bring you up here. How much they charge, I don't know, because Nat didn't tell me about that until we'd already started climbing up the stairs. And I didn't realise the stairs was quite as steep as what they are until you get a little way up, and then you realise, hold on a minute, this is getting steeper and steeper, and every section you go up gets steeper. So I'm guessing that this is the volcano's crater, or what was the volcano's crater, and the park's inside the volcano's crater, which is really, really nice. So yeah, we've got a big Buddha somewhere around here as well, just behind the tree here. So let's go and have a walk over here first, and take a look at this, and then we'll make our way. Not sitting down, she's having to have a rest. She's sitting down on the wall, so I'll leave her over there to have a rest. I'm a bit tired myself. Our guide, that's our guide. So he's knackered now. He's come up. He was up in 10 minutes, a lot faster than us, but he's knackered now. He's lying down. So that's our guide gone. So this is the Buddha. Very, very nice, very beautiful, I have to say, very beautiful. And the views are spectacular, as you would expect from the top of a mountain, because it is a mountain, I guess. As you can see over there in the distance, Buriram football stadium, and obviously the race circuit. So some fantastic views, absolutely unbelievable, beautiful up here. I'll just wait for Nat to come over. Oh, she's here, she's making her way. Recovered, have you? Have you recovered? Oh, okay, let's go and have a, can you go in there? Can you walk around by the Buddha and have a look at the views? Is it okay? Because I don't read Thai and I never know, you have to be very careful. Am I okay in this t-shirt, sweetheart? It's okay. Ladies have to cover up, that's why Nat's got a coat on. They're a bit more flexible on men, but there's sometimes they can be a little bit, got an insect crawling on me there, it can be a little bit funny. Are you going to pay your respects to Buddha? Do whatever you do, the candle thing and stuff? I don't know whether Nat's going to do that, but that is phenomenal. Wow, that is very beautiful. And he's sitting right on top of the mountain, just like the one in Phuket. And just look at the views, absolutely amazing. So if you're in Buriram, then definitely come and check this out, because it is beautiful. But I would recommend you coming here either early in the morning or later in the afternoon, because climbing those stairs, if you decide to climb them, I wouldn't want to do that in the middle of the day, because it would be seriously hard work. Definitely. Look at that. Come on now, get in the shot. She's too busy taking pictures. Look, mind you, that's my fault, because I've asked her to take the pictures while we're doing the trip, because I always forget because of the video, and then afterwards I think, oh damn, I didn't take any pictures. So what are you doing? Doing a 360 over here? Huh? Yeah. I think she's doing a 360. She's concentrating, that's why she's not talking. Concentrating. Come here, get in the frame. Okay, can't see her. Okay, get a shot with the Buriram in the background. There, okay, lovely. So that's nice, but that is phenomenal, beautiful, really, really nice. And the thing over the top, wow, very impressive. I will say some of the religious monuments here in Thailand are spectacular, to say the least. They are on a very grand scale, very large indeed. That is not as large as the one in Phuket, the big Buddha there, but I think this one is just a Buddha, not a big Buddha. Normally the big Buddhas are very, very large indeed. They've got one in Samui. Of course they have them in Bangkok as well, I believe, right? But fantastic views, fantastic. Okay, enough of the scenery. We're going to now try and find this suspension bridge that walks over the actual volcano itself. As I say, it is extinct now, classed as an extinct volcano, but that's good. So we're going to go over there, find that. I don't know what Nat's going to do, whether she's going to pay her respects or what she's doing. I'll be back to you in a moment. Okay, so I've just seen this sign. I thought I'd film it just to show that you can see that it does say the volcano crater there, and that's where we are at the moment. We're just trying to find the suspension bridge. I don't know where you have to go to walk across the suspension bridge. I'm not sure, that's just a map of the general area. Just noticed they've got a cafe up here that's called the Lava Cafe, which I thought was quite clever for over here for Thailand. That's actually quite good, because obviously you get a lot of lava coming out of the volcano. Okay, Nat, do you want to go and ask this lady over here where we get to the suspension bridge? So actually Nat's been looking on the map, and this is the map of Buriram, of course, and it shows you all the points of interest. Now the last time I came here alone, I actually stumbled across this in town by mistake. I didn't know what it was, where it was. I was just walking around town and I came across this, but it was late at night and it was closed, and I wanted to go and have a look at this today, but I couldn't I showed Nat the pictures, but obviously she doesn't know Buriram, and it's called the Buriram City Pillar Shrine. That is right in the centre if you look, so we follow that down, and that is right in the centre of Buriram. Now that is very, very pretty, but obviously when I went and took the pictures, I could only take them from the perimeter because it was all closed off because it was night time. I wanted to go and have a look at that today, but as I say, we're actually now out 7 kilometres outside of Buriram. We're going to, which temple are we going to next, Nat? Where is it on here? Can you find it? Which one is it? Here, it's around here somewhere, is it? So we're going to this one, which is here, and there's Buriram there. So we're like 7 kilometres outside of town by the time we get there. And where are we here? And obviously we're at the crater, so it just gives a point. Where is this place on the map that we're at now? So people, okay, so yeah, of course, the blue line. Okay, so this is where we're here now, and that's there. So we're going to go down a little bit further down here, which is going in the right direction for home, basically. Yeah, there's quite a few places to go. I wanted to go and have a look at that as well, because this one has great big massive lily ponds, so really, really pretty. So it's not too far away from where we're going. Yeah, it's the next one basically, so but that's where we're going, to that temple, and then it's very close to it. So if we've got time, we might call in there as well. So we're now trying to find the suspension bridge, and we've stumbled across this car park. So Nat's saying, oh, you can take car now. I didn't know that, so maybe you can drive up here, I don't know. But there's some people just parked up there and getting out the car, so you might not have to walk up those steps if you don't want to. You might be able to, if you're coming in a car or a motorbike, come up here in the car or the bike. I don't know, but Nat did say there is a truck or something that'll bring you up as well, but obviously that won't be free. You'll have to pay for that, and I don't know what the price is. But Nat's just asked a gentleman, and he said it's down here, but for the suspension bridge, but I don't know. It seems a little bit, not sure. Okay, so we are now coming towards the suspension bridge, which is just here. A little bit of a walk. You can walk on this red trail that goes through, I guess, the crater. The gentleman that Nat asked said that way was even further than the way we've just walked. But I would say you can bring your car here, because I can see another car park here and there's motorbikes. So there's no reason why we couldn't have come in the car, but we didn't, because we didn't know. We haven't been here before. So this is, I'm guessing this is the centre of the crater, or what was the volcano crater. Very pretty, I must admit. But if you're coming in a car, then I recommend you look for driving up here to save the walk, because it is a bit of a walk. There's no doubt about that. Very pretty indeed. Whoa, it moves when you walk on it. So yeah, wasn't expecting that. So there you go. That must be the centre of the volcano. But this one is extinct. Okay, so the other side of the bridge, we've just seen what looks like the truck that will take you down. I don't know whether there's anybody there, but if there is, we're going to catch the truck down, because it is a fair old jaunt, to be fair. But I don't know how often they run. Yeah, not have people. Is there a charge for it, Nat? Does it say on the truck?
Yeah.
What's the...
Charge.
Huh?
Charge.
Does it say how much? 20 baht. Okay, so it'll be 20 baht a person, but it might be worth you taking the truck if you've not got a car or a motorbike. But then again, I suppose you'd come in taxi from Buriram. If you're staying in Buriram, you get a taxi out here. Okay, so we're now going to leave here and go to the temple that I mentioned earlier, and once we arrive there, I'll speak to you again.